Would you like some wine history? I'm happy to share some great information that I just found out. So, this week is actually International Albariño week. And do you even know what that is? I didn't until August 1st because it was International Albariño Day. And it actually is this wonderful grape that makes this delicious white wine. And the wine is unusually low in alcoholic content, so it's around 11.5 to 12.5% in alcohol content. It is botanical aromas and with citrus undertones, very refreshing for a hot summer's day. So this week was actually started because there's a big festival that goes on in the Galician area of Spain. It is to celebrate the rich culture of the area, predominantly to celebrate this grape, because even though it is assumed that these vines came from France to Spain, they have actually been a native grower there since the Roman times. So it's a big deal. And back in 1952, these two winemakers started this competition on who could make the best wine. So it was Ernesto Zerati and Bernardo Quintanilla, and they started this competition. And the festival started in 1954. So I thought, well, what happened? I wanted to figure out who were these guys, what happened to the competition, who won. And there's not a lot out there about these guys individually. However, Ernesto, I found that there is currently a winery out there called Zerati, and it is ran by his grandson. So I'm under the assumption that Ernesto won. He won that competition, and he actually founded the International Albariño Week festival that goes on in Spain. He founded it, so I assume that he won, and he went on to have this wonderful vineyard and winery that he established in 1920. So prior to the competition, he actually was a big advocate for these grapes and was into conserving them and preserving them because they are native to the area. So he was very passionate about it. And the reason being, they were trying to replace those vines with a more mildew-resistant vine variety. And so he was like, I just care about this, so I'm just gonna keep going at it. And they obviously stayed because he did continue to make beautiful wines, and so do a lot of other winemakers in the area. So his grandson, Hilario, took over the vines back in 2000, and he has continued to keep his family heritage alive, but he's also making sustainable, wonderful changes for our environment. He's actually moved away from mineral fertilizers, and he's using local seashells from the shoreline, and he's using seaweed as compost instead of anything that could be detrimental to our ecosystem. I was very pleasantly surprised when I did this deep dive on some wine history. Yeah, there's not a ton out there, but it was cool to see that, and I always love when a family is keeping a wine heritage alive. I think that's wonderful. So again, it is Zerati Winery. Check them out, and low intervention with the wines, more eco-friendly. Try an Albariño wine this week. Why not celebrate this wonderful, rich culture and see what the wine's all about? It'd be a good idea. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for listening to Wine History. Bye.